Hi there, and welcome to the Cozy Corner. Here we talk about all things game dev. In this video, we will talk about 5 brutal truths that come as a game dev.
But first, let's get cozy. Number 1. Your cool mechanic isn't that fun. This is sadly a brutal truth because you worked on a cool mechanic that in your head was so much fun and you can't wait to play what you created, and it's something that you cooked up and maybe it's even your dream game, but when you show it to others, people either don't understand it, they don't like it, and they might pretend they enjoy it because of all the hard work they know you put in the game, and all of these are stuff that you don't want to receive. And I'm talking from experience because I've launched a game on Steam, Fantasy Fighters, if you want to check it out, which has a cool mechanic that I thought it's gonna be very fun and playable, repeatable and all, but I got a lot of feedback that it's not really that fun. And this has happened to me, it has happened to many of my friends, and it's quite normal to go through this. This is a brutal truth that I wish I was told earlier. A solution to this would be to test your game early on, play with others and develop it together with the players or a community. That's why we also invited to join our Discord server to share your ideas and tell us about your game, and let's see if it's a fun mechanic that we can all enjoy playing.
Number 2. You never know when it's done. And this works for artists as well as it does for game devs. It's this small perfectionistic thing that most of us have that doesn't really allow us to actually decide that it's finished. It's that small detail that only you see, that you can't let go of. And till it's done, you think it's just not finished. And that causes quite the problem because you end up working endlessly on a project that might be great at some point, but then you over-polish all those small tweaks, which might miss the entire point. So try to give yourself a time frame in which you want to finish something. That's why game jams are really cool. They do not allow too much time to look at small details. You just have to deliver at some point, whatever state it's in.
And number 3. Your small game is not small anymore. You created your game, congratulations. And everybody is asking you, will you publish it? How do you plan to monetize it? What's your marketing strategy? And you're there like, I'm just a developer, I just created a game. Do I need to think of the rest? It's obvious that you can't take a team, everybody should have their own role and decide all of this. But even that takes an extra step from being your own programmer in your cozy room creating the game of your dreams. And this happens a lot. I mean, you want to publish it on Steam. Okay, go pay the Steam fee, create the Steam page, which can take up to a few days. Just creating those assets takes so long because you need to study how others do it because you want to be in the front of other games. A game developer is not only a game developer. I have a friend at work who talked about this fact that he studied the game and he had the cool idea, he worked on it, but now he just stopped. I was like, why did you stop? Well, because I need to add all these particles, shaders, sound effects, voice acting, animations, and on top of all of this, I need a marketing strategy to place it in the world. And yeah, it's something that we need to be aware of.
Number 4. Motivation tends to come and go. And that's uncomfortable, kind of stagnates your progress in your project. Some days you're unstoppable. Sometimes you can't even open Unity or whatever app you use. But humans function based on emotion. Sadly, motivation is just an emotion. And motivation are not very stable, so they keep fluctuating and you can't really build on them. So instead of motivation, although it's really comfortable to work on it, it is not great to not work on it. We need to learn a new skill, which is called discipline. You do work in a very specific way, in a very specific time frame. You plan that out and that gets you progress. And whether it's a small amount every day or if it's a lot every week, it does bring you farther, and that's what we want. And we also tend to beat ourselves up when we don't have the progress, and that's just part of it. We don't have to be too harsh on ourselves, but we should hold ourselves accountable when we want to commit to a process. Try to keep promises to yourself. If you want to sit down every day and work on your game for just 30 minutes, do that. Number 5. You become your worst enemy. That happens mostly when you actually do all the work. You have this amazing idea for a game, you get the feedback, people love the idea, but at some point you start losing interest or even trusting the fact that the idea was good in the first place. And that's when we kind of turn on ourselves and say, nah, maybe I should change it, maybe it's not worth the work I'm putting into it. Whereas you should just follow through and do the work because you can trust that people and yourself had a good feeling in the first place.
For instance, recently we participated at the game jam. We had a theme, we started working on a game, but in the middle of the game jam we were like, we don't want to work on this anymore, it doesn't make any sense, should we even continue? But we pushed through because we had to submit a game at the end of the week. It was a commitment that we signed up for. If we wouldn't have published a game, we would have never known what it would become. And it turns out that we actually won the contest.
So it was totally worth trying to stick through it.
Yep. So believe in the process, discipline yourself and work on the games bit by bit and just keep going.
Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it. And if you're curious about any other things about game dev, please let us know.
Please like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to join our Discord server. Check out our games, also link in the description. And if you want to buy us a cup of coffee, maybe also a link for that in the description.
Yep, cool.
Have a good day.
Bye.
In this video, we're going to talk about 5 brutal truths about game dev. Truths? 5 brutal truths about game dev. Yes, truths? How do you say?
Truths. Brutal truths.
Brutal truths.
Wanna switch?
Brutal truths. You say it.
Blah, 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 blah.